Hi, my name is Tanya and welcome to my small backyard vegetable garden here in central Victoria. Our warm days are really pushing the garden along. There is so much greenery now, and this little garden along here is bursting to life. The forest lilies are looking so beautiful, and the primrose, cyclamens, and these euchres that I planted just the other week are all putting on new foliage or flowering. The hydrangeas are a beautiful lime green, the same with the hollyhocks. The Roma tomato seedlings that I planted just a few days ago are settling in, and I've had the jars over them every night, but during the day I take them off. I found a couple of larger jars. They are the big coffee jars, and there's a lot more room in those than the Fowler's jars. But I have a feeling that I am going to have to put something else over them and let them grow bigger than the jars. The soil temp is still holding at 19 degrees. These snow peas have been so good. The snow peas are really bursting to life, and we are picking snow peas every day. So many, and none have made it to the kitchen as yet because Hunter and I are taking advantage of them in the garden. I have my potato tower, and I'm slowly building it up with straw and some potting mix and some cow manure. I haven't done it to this one down here as yet. Still deciding whether to do it. I think I probably will, and just see how high they get. They are indeterminate potatoes. I have my bale of wool here, which I'm going to make use of through the spring and summer. But for now, I'm going to get on and get these pots tidied up. No eggplants have made it through the winter, and I'd say half of the capsicums have made it through. It has been interesting because most of them were fine up until we had a couple of weeks of frosts every morning. Even though they were covered every night, it just seemed to make them go backwards very fast. Most of them looked pretty good over winter, but it was the frost right at the end that really affected them. But it has been interesting, and the main ones that I do have are the bell capsicums and the long sweet yellow, which I'm okay with. I have a little visitor here. He's made a home in the teapot while it's upside down. And it does feel very good to be getting on and tidying these up. I wanted to leave it as long as I could, just in case. I'm not sure if any more will die. I don't think the last Anaheim chili will make it. It is looking very sad, but we will see how they go and act accordingly. They are enjoying the sun, and I have had the odd little fruit. That is the long sweet yellow that is quite stunted. And that is a mini red and some long sweet yellow in that pot. There's more long sweet yellow, so I have a fair few plants of those. And that was the eggplant pot. This is the Anaheim chili. I only have one out of the 3. And these are the bell capsicums, of which there is 3 plants there. It will be interesting to see how they move on through spring. And I have some self-seeded tomatoes coming up, so they are thinking it's warm enough for germination. Now I wanted some more pots because I am going to sow some more seeds, and the rectangle pots fit in these little tubs far better and I can fit more in it. So I'm just switching these walking onions over into the round pots. Some of those will be planted out in the next week. I am working on the garden bed at the moment. I will hopefully get them in the ground soon. But for now I'm going to sow these perennials. I've never sown perennial seeds before. I normally buy a perennial plant and then take cuttings from it. So this is great. It's another gardening experience. And it will be interesting to see if I can at least get one to grow, because there are 4 seeds in this clematis. It's a beautiful blue climbing plant, and I have a couple of smaller flowering ones around the yard, and it will be nice to add this one. So I'm just going to do exactly what I have been doing with the other seeds that I've sown so far. I've had really good germination with them. And this verbena I have in my front garden, but I have not seen it come up again this spring so far. This was the main one that I wanted to buy, this and the clematis. So I am going to sow a few seeds in this pot and see how that germination goes. These normally germinate quite easily just in the garden bed. The main reason I wanted them was to grow them through the raspberries. So I just spread some seeds through there and just see if they will germinate on their own in the raspberry garden bed. I'm trying to add more flowers to bring in more bees in around the raspberries. These geraniums are one of my favorite plants, and once you buy a pot of these hardy geraniums, I think they call them, I think they're the true geraniums, you can take cuttings from them very easily. Being able to find the different types to be able to take the cuttings that I find difficult in my area. So you either have to buy them in, mail order from Lambley or Diggers, and then grow them on and take the cuttings from them. But I will see how they go from seed, and it will be nice to add them to my garden. I got 2 of these packets of hollyhocks. It was 2 for the price of 1. I am going to sow 1 packet. They look very pretty in the picture, so I am more than happy to have them in the garden. Because there are so few seeds, I am putting them in pots and just writing the basic name on them, and I will keep my little seed covers so that I can refer back to them. Just giving the soil a good soak, making sure the water goes down into the seed sowing mix. And putting the lid on. Going to keep those all together, and for the calendula I'm going to sow them into a seed snail because there are a lot more seeds, and I hope I can let them go until they're a decent size and they can go straight out into the garden. This is quite a tall variety. I didn't realize that it got quite as tall, but I am sure I can make use of them. It is a pretty creamy color, and I did also sow some, I think it's called orange flash, and they have come up quite successfully in the tub. But these ones I am going to leave down here on the bench in the open to see if they germinate okay. Now, what I had been hoping wouldn't happen did, and my mini cabbages all went to seed. That's pretty disappointing, but I am not going to waste the space. They are out of here, and I can think about what else I want to put in here. So I'm taking them right out. I'm not going to leave any of the root system in there. They're coming right out. And I guess that could have been eaten, but it is going to go in the compost and feed my compost. Cabbage leaves, what I've found, decompose very quickly in the compost bin. And while I was picking all my cauliflowers up the other end, I was taking the leaves off and just throwing them on the raspberry bed, and they broke down beautifully on that bed. But look at this soil, it is just so beautiful. This is where the garlic is up to, and these kohlrabi are looking so pretty. That purple brings me so much joy. Seeing that purple with the beautiful colors of the rainbow chard in the back is what I call vegetable gardening. They are coming along really well, and the purple Vienna seeds that I sowed are starting to shoot up and hopefully they will continue. The jars are being great for keeping any sort of slugs or anything at bay. I'm not sure that there is too much of a slug population in here. I would rather give them a little bit of protection and just play it safe until they're much larger. Over here in garden bed 3, my turnips that I sowed have gone to seed. These ones I am going to just chop the tops and try them, because that was one of the reasons why I wanted to sow them. And the beetroot that I transplanted is looking so healthy. I often pick these leaves and use them in my cooking. The beetroot seeds that I sowed a couple of weeks ago, maybe a couple of weeks ago, they're all up through the ground, and I've started picking my cosmic purple carrots here in garden bed 2. They are only small. I was concerned that they would go to seed. I'm going to enjoy these small. I just pull them up, and if I'm cooking something, I just break the tops off, give them a good scrub, and cut the end off where the top was and throw them into the cooking in a roast or in any kind of casserole. They are beautiful. We're going to pick some chard for dinner, but while we're here, we're going to have a few snow peas as well. Hunter is on the search and he is very keen. He thinks it's dinner time, but we are going to have a few snow peas while we get this done. It's a bit one for him and one for me, or two for him, one for me. And around this time of the afternoon, I've been putting the jars back over the tomatoes so that they sort of stay at an even temperature. I'm going to water in the verbena seeds that I just scattered here in the raspberry bed. I'm going to gather up these seeds that I sowed and take them down to my veranda. They can sit on the hot water tank and germinate there with all the others.